Good afternoon, everybody. It is the Yessave team coaching 4:30, half an hour of skills, tips, tops, ideas, all that stuff. I am Lisa Ware. I'm a senior group leader and 22 years in this business now. So there's quite a few things I know and I can pass on an experience. What I can say is I'm glad that this is a company that constantly evolves. Some people don't like change. Has anybody noticed that? Yeah. Would you say the general population don't like change? It's why they stay in a what I consider a dead-end job for 40 years. So they do 40 years and they end up with next to nothing at the end of it. That could have been me. I was one of those people destined for that until I met a gentleman called Rob Barris, and I'm very glad that he showed me this. So, let's share some screens and let's explain why I'm saying this is the biggest recruiting tool. All of you will be aware on Friday, all the leaders were asked to start a tad early, not as early as 1 at 7:15, but it was still quite early. I think it was 8:30 if I'm correct. And the company's brought in something that they had before, but what they did before, they've made it better. And I want to really share this. It's very, very good. So let's share my screen. And hopefully you'll all be seeing investing more in partner growth. Could I just have somebody just give me the thumbs up? Marvelous. You're seeing it. Good, good, good. Right. Guys, please notice the two words partner growth. Partner growth, yes, of course, it is about our income, but it is about building Team Purple. So this is the virtuous circle that our CEO, Stuart Burnett, talks about. He says that the city, when he um, shows them and the investors, they're starting to understand this better. So it's a multi-service proposition supported by award-winning customer service, which leads to high-value, loyal customers. Guys, I'm going to add to that. It's the partner network giving incredible customer service too that leads to that as well. Okay. And our mantra is, as a company, we will help people stop wasting time and money. Now, the savings, which it says we reinvest to unlock the ultimate recommendable proposition, which helps customers navigate signing up for a multiple products at once. Right, I'm just going to stop the share because I want to see you guys. Listen, it is a fact, even though head office are absolutely obliged that if somebody goes to them direct, they are not allowed to say, no, we can't help you sign up for services. And they have to by law. It's a regulation. All right, they have to. However, every single one of them that I speak to, the head of the training, Stuart Burnett, our growth director, Justin Bazzino, our head of our network, the big guy, Steve Critchley, everyone says this. The only way that the multiple services happens is because of us, because we bother to sit there and explain it and go through it and give the time. So if you've come into this and you think you're going to come in and sign someone up in 20 minutes, you're in the wrong business. All right. You will hear the people that get organic referrals. There's a gentleman, he's a senior group leader. His name is Leon Warner. He's got over 700 personal customers and he is always in the leaderboard of referrals all the time because, as he says, I don't nip in and out the door in 5 minutes. I'm usually there a good hour and a half. And I would absolutely agree with that. And I've got over 700 personal customers. Absolutely. I believe it's a front-ended business. We've got to help people understand. Now, there's a lot of things going on when we show someone this, but we're not just showing them, are we? The savings, the cashback card. We're actually showing them that there is an opportunity that okay, if they recommend someone to us, they will get £50 off their bill and the new person will get £50. But they could upgrade their position as a customer to becoming a partner for £10. Nuts, £10. Okay. And they could become a partner, and on average, they could earn 5 times more for each person that they introduce. £50, 250. Interesting. How many people take this, the 250? Not enough. And I believe it comes down to us that show it. All right. I absolutely believe it comes down to us, because I think if it's explained too complicated, people will not take it. It's got to be simple. So, why what the company's just brought in? Why is it a fabulous recruiting tool? I tell you why. Because now it's not £50 or the average 250. It's £50, and when they get to 2 3 service customers, it's an average of 300. Or if they get to 4, each one becomes worth another 100. Can you imagine an hour's work and earning £350? I'm telling you now, solicitors don't earn this money. It is big, big money. Is this not amazing thing to be able to show someone that's new? So let's continue. Let's explain the value of all this. So, ending 2024 with a boom, so you can start 2025 with a bang. Return of the high activity bonus from December until, please note, power up. Power up. So this isn't just for Christmas. This is right through till April. Power up, our annual conference. And by the way, if you haven't already done so, make sure you've already get on and book Power Up. You need to. The tickets are going. All right. So ending 2024 with a boom, so you can start 2025 with a bang. Please notice it's not about saying, well, I'm not doing anything now. It's Christmas. Nah, nobody wants to see me. It's Christmas. I'm going to stop the share. I was talking to Michael Parnas earlier, and I've sent something out to STLs going to GLs. It's a meeting that I hold once a month. And I've put a sign up. We're open. Sorry, we're closed. Are you open or closed? Have you already decided? Have you already assumed? By the way, the word assume means it makes an ass of you and me. Have you already decided that nobody is interested in earning some money or saving a lot more? Why would you decide that? You read the headlines all the time. There are people out there, and Mike said this, and I agree with him. Supposing there's somebody in your circle of life that you've not offered this, and you're going, oh, no, they're never going to want to speak now. They're really well off, da, da, da. Can I tell you this, right? When I was introduced to this, and it was £199.75 to join, at that time, I guess on the surface, everything looked hunky-dory. 4-bedroom house. We were a 5-car household. Oh, God, am I allowed to admit that these days? But we did have 3 daughters living at home. But it was a 5-car house. Actually, no, it wasn't. It was a 6-car household because we had a sports car as well. Isn't that terrible? And it all looked great. But do you know what? The reality was, for us, loads of money was coming in. But do you know what happens? You kind of live to your means, and loads of money was going out. We were living a very high lifestyle. And do you know what comes with that? Stress. And I was shown this, and I remember thinking, oh, wow, essential services. Everybody has to have them. Everybody. And I was actually shown this on the 6th of November. So not that far off Christmas. And I thought, yeah, it's a no-brainer. Now, what about if you haven't shown a family member or a friend and you're just going, no, they're going to really think I'm mad to approach them just before Christmas. Supposing you find out after Christmas that actually, do you know what? They've been struggling like crazy and they're one of those people that you didn't realize might even have had to go to a food bank. They had to cut back. I can't believe people are doing this, but I'm told they are. They're charging their family and friends for Christmas dinner. Huh? This is like serious, really? What? And you didn't have the audacity to think, do you know what? I'll just show them something that can reduce their bills dramatically, or it could actually change their life forever, and they could have an incredible income. It doesn't mean they might take up right now before the 25th of December, but what you've done is you've done the activity, and what you're doing is booking ready for January. And I tell you what happens in January. Oh gosh, this is big time. Are you all aware? This is a great analogy that all the gyms up and down the country get their biggest intake of people joining a gym just after the 1st of January. Loads of people register for a year's sign up subscription. They come on and they join a gym. Do you know what I've also been told by David Lloyd and others? Only 2 weeks in, most people have stopped going. That's incredible. Now, where does that equate to us? Well, the thing is, you're going to get lots of people possibly interested, and January is the time that they feel so like they've overeaten, they've overspent, they're fed up with their job, they've been in it since the year dot, nothing's changing. And I have a quote: if you always do what you've always done, you'll always get what you've always got. And a lot of people want something different. Wow, how wonderful to start setting up some appointments ready in place to show them this. And let's go through it now. Let's go through it. So, okay. An extra £100 bonus, customer bonus for 3 or 4 service homeowners if you sign up 4 or more in a month. So, if you get 4 homeowners that take 3 or 4 services, you're going to get an extra £100. Now, if they're 250, you can do the maths. Normally that's £1,000. Or if they're 4 services, that's 1,200. But you're going to get another 400. So that 4 at 250 now becomes £1,400. Oh, wow. Do you not think a few people might be glad of that? Inclusion of another high activity bonus that they never did before. As soon as you get past 1 3 service owner, so if you do 2 or 3 homeowners, service homeowners, in a month, you'll get an extra £50. Now, why have they done this? Because even the people that keep doing just one, they'd like you to try and do a bit more and have some more money. But now I want to say to you, think about this. So somebody comes in and they're seeing this. I'm going to stop the share because I want to see your faces when I tell you this, right? There's something that as far as I'm concerned, okay, once upon a time, I'd sign them up as a customer and then they come on as a partner and then we give them back their own customer. No, 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 I'm not going to do that. I'm going to sign them up as a partner and let them be their own customer. I want them to experience this money because I'm going to earn a supporting bonus. If they're 3 services, I get 125. If they're 4, I get 150. Marvelous. How much belief are they going to have that there's money to be earned immediately if they see this happen? Gee whiz, do you not think they've got more momentum to really get going? Have you got more momentum? I think so. Gee whiz. Do you know, I've already done 2. So I'm on the 50s. Okay, I'm on the 50s at the moment. Now that's great for me, and I'll explain this in a moment about that I earn residual income, immediate residual, and there's something they've done which they didn't do before, and I'll explain that in a moment. But it's really good for us that are recruiting. So let's go back. Right, let's take this. So here we are, how it works. So a 1-3 service homeowner will get you £250, as you know. You just remember this is not for tenants, this is for homeowners, yeah? 250. As far as I'm concerned, it's brilliant. But as soon as you get 2-3 service homeowners, instead of £500, 250 each, you're going to get 600 because each one is giving you £50 high activity bonus for each customer. So the one that you've already done before, you're now getting that. There you are. So you've now got £600 for 2. Bring that up to 3, and instead of 750, you've now got £900. Gee whiz, this is crazy money. And look at this 4. Right, as soon as you go, hang on, to 4 3-service homeowners, instead of 1,000, you've got £1,400. What a lot of money. That is so doable if you really want it to. Okay, let's take you to the next slide. How it works. There we are. Let's go into it. So, and I did it. Let me just move you guys out of the way because I need to see what I'm doing. So, a 3-service homeowner, 250. If you're on residual, you'll get normally £50. Okay. Now, I work a lot on referrals, and often my £50 customer bonus goes to the customer that's referred. So I basically don't get customer bonus, but I will now. So 2-3 service homeowners instead of 500, 600. And if you're on residual, you're now getting those extra £50. So I've done 2. So now, yes, it's a referral, but I'm now getting £50 each. So I've got myself £100. Great. Go to 3 services. You can see the method is 750, 900, so forth. Look at 4 services, what goes on. 4 3-service homeowners, 1,000. Now you've got £1,400. And if you're on residual, where you get the instant money, you've effectively got, wow, you've got your 50s plus you've got £100 each. You've got £600. Do you know what? I've never seen money like this. This is nuts. And so it goes on. Look at this. Imagine doing 5 3-service homeowners, £1,750. And if you are on residual, instant residual, you've got £750. And it shows a 4 service. Then it goes really nuts. Look, £2,000 for 5 full services. £2,000. Right. Why is this good for recruiting? I'll tell you in a moment. It's paid along with the commission under the debits and credits. No extension in time without residual if on customer bonus, 5 years as usual. So they're not adding. It's the same as a normal, like 3 or 4 service homeowner, 5 years, 60 months. It's the same. Usual sales quality checks with the right to reclaim, remove if a customer bonus if there are issues. Supporting bonuses are not affected by this, and this runs from now up until power up. And if it works, guys, we will extend. Can I just say something here? If it works, another phrase is if we work, they will extend it. If we do nothing, we won't have it. Do you not think this is a fantastic recruiting tool? Think about a new person, right? So you bring in a new person, and now there's even more money on the table. So a normal six person, six customers and one partner, and do it in 30 days from registration. And there's a good 2 grand on the table. Now there's more because not only on top of the 2 grand for 4 customers, remember, and two, let's say they were tenants, they get a £500 bonus as well. Now we're talking silly money. We're talking absolutely crazy money. And do you know what's so nice is as a recruiter, oh my gosh, how much more confident supporting somebody, knowing all this money's on the table. I mean, that's going to make me feel absolutely stupendous. It should you. It really should. This is the biggest recruiting tool that has ever come in. And if you could think about it, it doesn't stop. By the way, it doesn't stop. It goes on and on. 10 customers, 12 customers. It keeps going in the month. There are some people, you know, in my early days, oh, I wish I'd had something like this. In my early days, in the 2005 and 6, I was averaging between 15 and 30 multi-service customers a month. Do you know what? I would have absolutely, well, I think actually Justin said to me, we couldn't have afforded you, Lisa. I would have just like, oh, wow. And the maximum I could ever earn was £15. But I just think that this is like get into action, guys. Do you really feel bad for picking up a phone and saying to someone, I've got something absolutely nuts to show you? The company have brought this in, and actually, I think it would be wrong of me not to tell you because you can always say no, but at least I've done my job. I've run it by you. You can't say you didn't know. Because what could be worse? That someone, a loved one that you're near and dear to, and you find out that they've actually just been made redundant, but they didn't want to admit it. They're about to lose their job and they didn't want to admit it, and you didn't bother to let them know. How terrible would that be? I think it'd be absolutely awful. Now, I have never approached, I've got 3 neighbours, right? I've never approached them about this because I've got one know-it-all who lives on the far end. But you know what? I'm actually going to show them because I think there comes a point when actually, do you know what? How much better could it ever be than it is now? It is the most incredible recruiting tool. There are people are going to turn round and say, do you know what? What did you say it cost to get into this sort of mini franchise? Did you really say it was a £10 fee? £10? How ridiculous. They give you a website worth about 2.5 grand. They even throw public liability worth £100 a year. Oh my God, how much more can any company do? This is a financially risk-free incredible franchise business with a chance to help make a genuine difference to people's lives. And let's be absolutely honest, I don't care what the government is, they are not serving the people. They are definitely serving themselves. We've got a chance to do something really good for people. So unmute yourself if you've got a question, because I've gone through that and there's bound to be a couple of questions. Anybody want to share or ask something that you don't feel has been covered? Anyone got a comment? Anyone? Are you all dumbfounded? Who's hi? Oh, hello, Alan. Yeah.
Um, are all those tables in the partner portal?
Yes, they are.
Good.
Yeah, they're there. But do you know what? I wouldn't get too hung up about it. Just think, as soon as somebody hits 2 customers, it's an extra £50. And when they hit 4 customers, it's an extra £100. And
Oh,
it goes back on all of them. That's the simple way to think of it.
okay, great. Thanks.
Anybody else, Val? You've unmuted.
I'm just like gobsmacked. I'm just like, where do we start? It's just amazing what this company does.
Yeah, it is.
It is, I know. And do you know what? It's been announced, but I'm absolutely sure that people have not realised just how incredible. It really, really is. It's nuts. I've started rewriting lists, and it's like I'm hitting the phones. In fact, I've got somebody that's watching the UW stories right now, and even though we've got our STL to GL later, I'm going to somehow fit it in because it's like, wow, this is like too good. And there are people out there that really, really need more money coming in the house. I mean, the funny thing is, the higher up the demographic scale you go, and I remember NNL, Jimmy Chapman saying this, he lives in one of these houses that's like, I don't know, 2 million, and they're all like that. And a neighbour said to him, this is such a good story, but real. A neighbour said to him one day as he was driving out, do you mind me asking, what the heck do you do? Because whatever it is, you don't seem to be doing anything, but you're living a great lifestyle. And he said, oh, well, I show people how to make money by helping people save money. And this guy said, do you? Is that what you do? And he turned round and said, I've got my own business and it was all about making clocks. He said, but it's about to go bust. Now, just imagine if that conversation hadn't happened. We don't know what's going on in people's lives. The onion. On the outside, everything's great. And as you peel away the layers, the tears start coming, don't they? Yeah. You actually really find out what's going on in people's lives. It's, I mean, I'm sitting wonderfully pretty, but I'm telling you now, I've just had a voice note from Juan. That's my husband, by the way, for those that don't know. His truck's gone wrong again. This time it was power steering, and the part alone is £1,600, never mind £75 an hour. A lot of people just cannot get their hands on this kind of money. These things can absolutely wreck a household finances, can't it?
Especially this time of year.
Especially this time of year. Absolutely. So look, guys, I hope that was helpful. All right. Next
Can I
week.
just confirm? Sorry, can I just confirm, Lisa? They have to have 3 services before you get anything.
Correct. 3 services.
Thank you.
But I would say, it really is easier these days to have 3 services than it's ever been.
Yeah.
I find lots of people. So like I've helped some elderly couple. Excuse me. I've helped some elderly couples that they just signed into a massive BT broadband contract. Hopeless. You were looking at £900. Couldn't do it. And although on the 2 unlimiteds, they were paying a tad more, they were so enthused by the one bill, the fact that the energy price was fixing, the fact that they could actually eliminate the cost of the mobiles by everyday spending. This is where the skill comes in. And the fact that she said, do you know, it's so nice, Lisa, because the reason we stuck with Tesco Mobile, you all know what Tesco Mobile charge, right? She said the reason we stuck with them was because we could go into the shop and somebody could help us in regards to our mobile. And I said, well, now you got me. And I said, I'm 1-to-1. I said, I'm like your PA. And I did set them up. I did have to do it. I had to activate the cashback cards, do all that. But you know what? They are so happy now. They are absolutely over the moon, and they can't wait for the broadband to end as well, to make life simpler for them. And the fact that there's this customer service, and they love the little app. They love the app because once they get used to it, once they understand it's shopping, it's money back on everyday spending. Guys, my last thing I'm going to share with you, the bills that you bring down, right, when you do the comparison. Every £100 you bring it down, it's actually worth about 140 because it's money that they've got that they've not had to earn and pay tax and insurance on. Likewise, every penny, every pound you save them with the cashback card, it's worth 40% more because they earn it, but they don't pay tax and insurance. This is absolutely phenomenal. If they had to go out and earn this money, they've got to do a lot more to get that money in. And if you get someone like I did earlier, I interviewed somebody and I shared this with Mike. I interviewed a guy who wanted to do this, but he didn't want to switch his services. And I said, I said, you won't have any integrity. I said, you can't. I said, you'll be a salesperson. I said, you won't be a recommender. I said, we recommend this. And I said, not being funny, I could save you. I said, you won't even look at this. I could actually knock £1,000 a year off your services, get better quality, as you've seen. That's like £1,400 you haven't got to earn. What's the point of working hard, but you're not being clever on the back end?
Yeah, yeah.
It's about being a bit smart with your money. Do you know, you have to help people see this because they are thick. Sorry, I shouldn't say that on there, should I? But they are. People are so absolutely stupid. Their brains do not function normally. Yeah. I actually see the saving side as important and the making as important. And the cashback card is the glue that holds it all together. And people that use the cashback card actually statistically really, really are our best referrers. So guys, I better go, otherwise I'll be told I've overrun. Now look, next week is, what is it next week? Is it Christmas Eve?
Yeah.
I think we'll say no. All right, I think you don't want to be spending you don't want to be spending Christmas Eve. There's certain, let's say no to Christmas Eve, okay? When of course, and if that's Christmas Eve, then what the next week will be New Year's Eve.
New Year's Eve.
So, we could do a different day. I don't know. I'll tell you what, I'll have a think on it. And maybe some of you could privately drop me some ideas what you think about it all. Because I know this stuff kind of like is the meat on the bones that helps keep it all going. Guys, I hope if I don't get to personally speak to you, I hope you have the most lovely Christmas. Okay. And nice to help you all. And Val, Steve, Mike, see you later, 8 o'clock. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye, Lisa. Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Okay, take care. Bye-bye.
Happy Christmas.
And you.